System administrators rarely sit down at the physical server or physical computer to do their work. They almost always use some sort of remote client software. In this case, we're going to use Remote Desktop. Remote Desktop is most commonly used to manage servers. However, the principle is exactly the same if you're doing it on a Windows machine, on a Windows 11 machine. First, we want to make sure, because I'm going to connect from my local computer to my virtual machine, I want to make sure that my machine and settings and my network is attached to my bridged adapter, so it's on the same network as my local computer. Then I'm going to right-click on my icon, my little network icon, Network and Internet Settings. Now yours may or may not say private network here. If it says public, you certainly want to go in. You click on it. And you want to make sure that its private network is checked. Private network allows you to open up the remote desktop ports. Remember, ports are how we identify and connect to applications. All right, so now we need to turn on the remote desktop service on this local computer. So we're going to right-click the start, go to Settings. Oh no, not right-click the start. Click Start and Settings. I wasn't reading my directions. Start Settings. And we want Remote Desktop. If I type in remote, that should be pretty good. Oh, there it is, Remote Desktop Settings. It's nice when things actually work like they're supposed to. We are going to turn our remote desktop settings on. Now you can't enable remote desktop on a home version of Windows. You have to have Windows Pro, Windows Enterprise, or Windows Education. This is designed for a managed business network. However, there's a remote desktop client in any version of Windows. In fact, you can get one for Mac and everywhere else. Now we want to verify that the firewall is set to allow remote desktop activity. So if we go to Start, we'll type in Fire. There it is, Windows Defender Firewall. And we want, yep, that's the one we want, just the regular Windows Defender Firewall. This will show us all the ports or applications that are being allowed to come in to our network. Oh, looks like I've turned everything off, haven't I? Yeah, so I should probably, we were doing some lab or another. Okay, so I'm on a private network. What we want to do is, on the left pane, we want to make sure that they're allow an app or feature through our firewall. And if we go down, it should have a check mark, because when we turned on remote desktop, it should have turned this on for us. And if it didn't, well, we're going to turn it on. Oh, it actually didn't. Oh, nope, there it is. See, it's turned on. It's turned on for private and public. Well, we probably don't want it on for public, but we're not going to worry about that on a remote desktop. So we have confirmed that everything should be good to go. We do need to know the name of our computer. In my case, my name of my computer is Windows 11. Well, now if I go to my Start button on my local computer, here is my remote desktop application on my local computer. With a Mac, you probably have to download something. I'm not sure. If you have Linux, there is remote desktop software for any operating system. So I'm going to type in Windows 11. All things being equal, it should come up and ask for a username and a password. Yep. Well, Bill is not the right password and username. So I'm going to click More Choices, use a different account. We want user and password, whoopsie, password 01, because that's the username and password on my virtual machine. If I click OK, I should, yep. Now it's asking something about the certificates. Certificates are used to exchange information in order to secure our connection between us and the remote computer. We're using a private certificate. So it is not from a trusted certifying authority, but that's fine. It's still encrypted. And we know the computer that we are connecting to. So if we say yes, it's never going to ask us again. We click yes, and in a moment it should show my desktop. Oh, it's pretty big. Let me make it a little smaller here. It should log me into my remote desktop of my, there it is. See, this is right where I left off in my virtual machine. You can only have one person logged into a Windows computer at a time. Server will allow 2 people to log in for management purposes. So if I log into here with remote desktop, it's going to kick anybody else out. Now, I can run this computer just like I'm sitting at my computer, because looking here, you can't really tell, can you, that it's not a regular computer? Well, there we go. Now you know how to do remote desktop. Can you do remote desktop from D1 to your home? That involves a little bit more knowledge. You'd have to allow either incoming ports or set up a VPN or something like that. This works very well on a network when you're on your own private network.